Monday night. You're listening to Communication Breakdown with James and Emmeline.
Hey, that was the Arctic Monkeys. That was the seediest intro I've ever done. Ooh. Hey, that was the...
You're a seedy person, though, deep down.
That was the Arctic Monkeys with a classic. I bet you look good on the dance floor. And
we've got a big show tonight.
Yeah, we've got some special guests in tonight. We've got the two guys.
We've got a band coming in.
Yeah, we've got the two guys from Corpus, and they're going to join us and play some of their new and old tracks and talk to us for the next hour.
They'll be up in 15 minutes or so. Right now, this is Little Red, place called Love. Triple H. 100.1, that was the Naked and Famous Youngblood. We
are here with Corpus. Hi, guys.
Hey, what's happening?
Hello.
Do you want to introduce yourselves and what you do in the band?
I'm Kieran. I play guitar and sing and piano when I can get it.
I'm Jack, and I play drums and scream stuff sometimes.
Scream stuff sometimes. I like it.
But just make it clear, you're not a death metal band?
No.
No.
Definitely not.
Are you sure? Because your name does sound like it.
No, we get it all the time, but no, definitely not.
Okay. And so what would you describe yourself as? I know that's a hard question. That gets people.
We'd probably call ourselves a post-punk band. You reckon that's right?
Yeah, or other. We've been running with other at the moment.
Just other's fine.
It's so alternative. Don't want to label yourselves. That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
We're too postmodern for you guys.
I suppose for those listening, they can decide themselves, because...
Yeah, we're going to play a song right now that you're really trying to push at the moment. Do you want to tell us a bit about it?
Yeah, sure. This one's called Paradise. It's about... I don't know. It's about when you go out and you're partying and you just realise you're not part of the party.
Whoa, depressing. Has that happened a lot to you guys? You realise that you weren't actually invited?
Not all the time.
Most of the time.
But enough for you to write a song about it.
Definitely
Okay, well, we'll play Paradise by Corpus right now, and we'll be back very soon to talk to them some more.
You're listening to Triple H 101.FM.
Oh, good job.
Yeah,
good job. Who's laughing now? Okay, just because I say our old show a few times. You're listening to Communication Breakdown on Triple H, and we are here with Corpus. You just heard their song Paradise, which was really good. I liked it.
Thanks.
In my pro opinion, I've heard some music in my time, so I was wondering.
Using your position of power there.
I'm trying to talk myself up.
Yeah.
Because they won't dispute me because they're too nervous. So. I was wondering how you guys got started as a band.
We came out of a, I don't know, what do you call it, like a falling apart of other bands, a musical endeavour that was never meant to happen.
Okay.
And, yeah, somehow formed along the way and started jamming in high school and did the usual garage band stuff.
Some of the best bands have started that way. It's the broken remains of other bands.
Phoenix.
Yeah.
Rising from the ashes.
Oh my god, we don't always say stuff at the same time. That doesn't always happen.
It's shame
I just love Harry Potter, okay?
Yeah. Shame Phoenix has taken as a band name too. And
yeah. Well, that's really cool. And so how long have you been together then, properly as Corpus?
About 5 years.
Oh, wow.
There's been interims, little gaps in between, but...
You're practically married then?
Always been together.
Yeah.
Oh.
We finish each other's sentences. And
career music.
Oh, what does that make us, James, if we say things at the same time? Nearing a divorce, maybe.
Yeah.
It's just past that stage.
Just we live with each other, but can't bear to look at each other.
So how about we play some Arcade Fire right now, and then we're going to come back straight into playing some more songs off the new EP.
Yeah, this is Modern Man by Arcade Fire, off the latest album, The Suburbs. You're listening to Communication Breakdown with James, Emmeline, and tonight, Corpus. So,
let's talk about men. Do you like men? Is that kind of what you're into?
Not exactly.
No,
perhaps
man,
some context?
Yeah, some undertones.
Man is the name of your new EP.
That's right.
What can you tell us about it?
Man's about all the stuff that men screw up in life, and it's kind of like a history lesson. It goes through I don't know, like ancient civilizations and pillaging and raping and all that kind of war and all that bad stuff. And then it comes to modern times, and just it's not very happy, but we kind of do it in a
dancey way.
In a dancey way.
Yeah, that's all right. If you can dance to Joy Division, you can dance to Corpus, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. So do you have any favourite tracks or any especially meaningful tracks on the EP?
The last track's probably my favourite. It's called Dark Dark.
Conveniences, we're going to play that one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't have to say it was convenience. Could have been really well done there. But, yeah, what's Dark Dark about?
It's kind of like, just imagine if Nick Cave and Kurt Cobain somehow magically met up in a bar, them kind of telling stories about, you know, all their war stories about, I don't know, drugs and love.
The wars they were in.
Yep.
No, that's cool. That would be awesome, I have to admit.
Yeah.
Okay, and do you have a favourite track?
Mine's exactly the same.
Oh, yeah?
It was written completely differently to everything else. We kind of took a completely different approach, and it was a last minute thing, which was kind of the whole purpose of the CD, I guess. We kind of tried to not dwell on anything. We were just gonna record a track and get it out straight away. So we recorded the thing in 3 days, and just kept it short and sweet, and it turned out the best in my opinion.
Okay. And I have to point out that Paul is in the studio with us.
Hello.
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 Paul is Corpus's manager?
Nah, I wouldn't say that. I'd just say, like I said earlier, just the official hanger-on.
Groupie?
I mean, hanger-on.
That's a good
Just
title.
super self-esteem booster,
Yeah,
just in
exactly,
general.
Pretty much. Well, like, I don't know, I've just been helping them get to gigs, and I helped them release the first EP, and now I'm just hanging on and just helping them out anywhere I can, so...
It was our bass player at one point for about one show.
Yeah, for one
He
show.
got too too drunk. So
Yeah, I did.
We had to
didn't
kick him
I?
out.
I did, didn't I? Yeah, I was playing shockingly that night.
I don't actually think he got kicked out. He just kind of never turned up again.
But that's when a whole lot of other stuff was happening for you guys. So you had a lot more going on. So, and it didn't work right with the 3-piece.
No.
Like there's not as much chemistry like you two have. So that's the beauty of it.
Chemistry. That's beautiful, that is. You're like a loving mother.
I am a little bit. Yeah, they're like the two boys I've taken under my wing. Just gotta love them so much.
Take care of them. Tuck them in at night.
I saw you licking your finger and like rubbing some stuff off their face earlier.
No, if we-
Spitting on a tissue.
Exactly. No, if we go to a show and somebody says you suck, I pull that person aside and be like, "Don't you be bad
Give
to
him
my
a stern
boys."
word.
Give him a stern word, exactly. And then I tell them, "Don't worry, that guy's opinion means nothing." Don't worry.
You wipe away the tears.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to go into Dark Dark now, the track you were just talking about, and we'll come back and have more of Corpus after this. You're listening to Communication Breakdown on Triple H.
You're listening to Communication Breakdown.
With Emmeline and James and Corpus in the studio. You were just mentioning something interesting about where you recorded Man.
Yeah. Well, Paul, our biggest groupie, he had a bit of a run-in with Daniel Johns from Silverchair at a pub in Surrey Hills.
Yeah.
And that's what kicked the whole thing off, Paul.
Yeah, it was because Daniel Johns was sitting there with Sam, the drummer from The Scare. And I've known those guys for a while, like just going to so many gigs, and just
Biggest fan ever.
Yeah, Scares 25 shows or something. So, so they pretty much know me a little bit, I have to say. I just ran into Sam, who was having a beer with Daniel Johns, and then I gave him the first EP and just said, "Hey, give this a listen. There's some guys I'm helping out," and then Jack, if you want to take over, because
That's when I came in.
that's when it went.
No, and then I sent an email off to someone, I don't know who, and then somehow Sam called me at that point, which prompted a very awkward conversation of, he was like, "Oh, yeah, so what do you guys sound like, blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, we
I
sound
told you it was an awkward question. It's the worst to answer, yeah.
It sounded a bit like The Scare, and then I finally put two and two together after the conversation, realized I was talking to Sam from The Scare. At that point, I had no idea. But, and then eventually it all came together, and it was really strange.